Okay, what I've got here, this was a broken blade from Bullhead flint. It's already pretty thin. I'm going to try and convert this into a shouldered. I'm making an awful lot of shouldered points on my channel at the moment, as anyone that subscribes knows. And I've got a project going that I need a whole load of shouldered points for. And okay, well, let's get this going then. I'm going to use pressure to begin with. This broken end, I'm going to probably try and turn into the point. Just try and get this focused a little bit. And there's a piece of flint. It's not the best piece of bullhead. There's quite a few pieces of concrete in it. It actually broke. There was a tiny little crack through it. This particular piece did have quite a few incipient cracks in it, but I think it's okay now. But let's give it a go. I'm going to turn this already broken section into a tang. Let me just try and focus the camera, get it right. Okay, I'm just going to cut it back for the time being. Take it back to a strong edge. So I'm just removing flint. As you can see, my pressure pad, all that is an old boot. It's one of my old work boots. So I'm still going to keep just chomping flint out for the minute. I'm just literally going straight down. If I can see a ridge or anything that I can run, like this next piece, there's a little ridge that I can run out into the centre of this little pit, and I can start to flatten that little pit out. So I'll push this flake, push into the piece that way, and I can send a longer flake into that little pit like that. So it ran all the way in, so it starts to smooth out any little defects as I go. I've got another one here I can push in on, another one here, and you see they're running all the way up to the centre, breaking up though. So while I'm removing flint here, it gives me a good opportunity to straighten the blade as I go. Take it the other way actually. Cutting that edge back, removing all the little birds' beaks, bulb percussions on the edge. Just moving straight down, but you can see the edge profile is pretty good. It's going to be quite chunky though by the time I come in. Yeah, I've got another series of flakes that I can actually thin from. So I've just abraded along the edge lengthways on here, because I'm going to take this series of flakes again, take out all these bumps and ridges, keep thinning the blade as I'm going. So this is going to be pushing in. You've taken a long flake again out into the centre. This one's going to do the same. These are thinning flakes. So the idea of these flakes is that I push inwards and I'm removing material as I go. All the time trying to retain the length. Just looking just to make sure that I'm running right. Great big long flakes. So I'm using, when I'm doing this, because I'm putting so much pressure on the edge, I use my legs and I'm using my stomach muscles, my legs to really compress. So I'm drawing on a whole series of muscles from all over my body to get enough power behind the tip. But this is only when I'm pushing in, because I'm trying to send, you see I'm sending a long series of flakes, because I'm trying to thin with these flakes as well. I need to pick this edge back a little bit, and then that will set up my next series of flakes. This is just pushing straight down, not pushing inwards. It gets rid of the wavy edge. I can't push off the wavy edge. There's nothing to push on. So it's a waste of time trying to push a flake off of it, because, for example, here, if I try to push off of any of these points, because I've got little bulbs of percussion and stuff just on the inside of the edge, means that my edge angle is always completely wrong. So by picking back, not only do I bring my edge in and make it strong, but then it shows me where my platforms are. It makes them stand clear. To pick it this way, and then hopefully my platforms will all just appear. So I want to run flakes across this edge. So I've now got a whole series of platforms that suddenly appear that I can push off of all the time. I'm thinning, strengthening the edge, and at the moment I'm also running sequences of flakes that help me set up my next series on the pressure. Going right out across the piece here. Really pushing, but these are thinning flakes. What I'm doing, I'm now getting a whole sequence of ridges that I can run down. It's a really dull day today, so we can't actually see very clearly, but I've just sent a whole series of flakes right the way across. Now what I can do, the tip is quite thick, look, so now I've got to reduce the tip down. But because I've just taken that series of flakes, I can now see where I'm high on the tip. So if I pick away this side, all the time thinking in mind of the actual point that I'm trying to create, it sets up a whole series of platforms again where I can run flakes through that side where it's high, and at the same time I can thin with them. I'm going to take a couple from this side actually just to help me out. Now, they stepped on some concrete, but at this point, this early stage, it doesn't matter because that tip is going to be reduced so much. Concrete can do what it likes at the moment, it doesn't bother us. I can thin it down anyway like that. Get a couple more. Okay, now I can run my series that I was just talking about, and we can get this tip really thin. These are going to be long flakes that run right out past halfway. Okay, the flake disintegrated. That flake stopped just short of halfway. Not the best, but I'm trying to blast it through loads of material here. So this is just going to be a short flake, like that, and this one as well. And it's just all the time to keep my edge profile coming straight. A little bit of picking straight down, just to get rid of the bird's beak and to bring my edge over onto this side, you know, where I'm going to send these flakes. So I'll set up my platform, look. You can see where it's slightly bending out. Give that a little abrade. And that highlights my platforms. And now I can carry on sending a series of flakes through here, and these are thinning flakes. So they're long flakes. Again, massive pressure. Okay, that's cool. I can actually get another series across there. Remove the little bird beaks. Yeah, I can still get another series out there. At the moment, it's got some pretty horrible concrete up in the tip of this that I need to get rid of. It does look quite cool. That was a really long flake. It does look quite cool. It looks a bit like sort of the old paisley, this flint. I need to come at that tip just slightly different. Thin from this side as well. That edge collapsed. That one didn't. Yeah, we're still going well. This will work. I need to pick that edge back though. Bring it in more. And that will set up another series of flakes. Still thinning all the way. Right, I'm going to pick off the old ones and bring the edge in again. Yeah, the tip of that is, it could have been better material, it really could. It'll be okay, it's going to be fine. I'll keep reducing that because I want to get some more off of it. take a few from this side, bring our edge up. That one ran really nice. Another one next to it. And again. And again. See, it's all the time, it's thinning that tip. And I need to bring that edge, pick that edge down. So start from up here. I'll bring the edge over because I need to send a series of flakes down the other side. The idea of this is that I'm going to thin it down, I'm going to make a small point, and then I'm going to try and do some nice flaking down it. If we've got enough time, I might have to do a couple of videos. All the time strengthening that edge. Now the cross section on these points is either a triangular cross section and made off a blade, and they're pretty much all made off blades. But I'm making this bifacially. So strictly speaking, it probably isn't right to the originals, although some of the originals do end up bifacial, so they do get a diamond cross section. I will end up with the diamond cross section on this one. So they're not so much thin. If I did them really thin, they lose a lot of their strength, and these have got to go through some trials. So I need them to be quite strong. So I'm giving them a very strong cross section. All the time bringing that tip in. Now I'll send some more flakes down this side. That's because I still want to get into that pit. There's a little pit there. This is going to be a long flake. And that blasted all the way across to here. And that is on the same level as that little pit. There's another one straight into the little pit, and it's disappearing now. With a few more, we'll have that out. There's another one into it. And another one. I'm going to come down towards the tip because I really do need to thin that down now. Okay, that stepped. That wasn't ideal. That one ran. That one ran. And that one. And that one. Still not bothered about the step because we've still got loads of material to work with. I'm going to run another long flake. That one did go all the way across to here. Bring my edge up, and I'm going to send some into that little pit from this side. Keep reducing and taking away all the little birds' beaks. Just picking straight down. Pick that straight down. And that's going to bring my edge up so I can send some flakes across the tip this way. bringing the tip in. Send some more down this way as well, I think. I'll take some from that side first. Yeah, this really isn't the nicest of materials. Doesn't want to hold the flakes together, it just keeps collapsing. Still be okay though. Again, these are all thinning flakes. Just trying to blast across. Come back up, picking away again. See these shoulders, especially the smaller ones, they're quite thin, they're quite small. So I need to get as much strength into the piece as possible if I want it to last. There's no sun today, so you can't see the flake scars. It's probably a good job at this point. I'm not even thinking about doing that tang just yet. Still thinning. Okay. I'm still going to try and send some flakes out. I've got a real nasty of concrete here, so I might have to do a couple of indirect percussion flakes on that too, to try and blast through that concrete. We'll see, because we still have to bring the edge in yet, so I'm not panicking about any of this. I've still got loads of time to mess around with it. Because what I want to do is raise the edge a little bit, so it's literally just pushing straight down. Let's raise the edge over onto this side. Let's see if I can't blast down again. I might have to change my edge profile on that side slightly. These are massively thinning this. I've got to be a little bit careful here for a second, because the tip on this is fighting me on the stone. Good news is we just removed that pit. That's gone. Okay. Really do with these flakes running like that. That's excellent. Let's pick that back. About the tip being fat still on this point. It's if I was hitting this with indirect or anything, I'd be panicking a little bit, because I'm hitting on something so thin that the edge, the tip would want to come off. Oh, come on. but because I'm not hitting it and because I'm using pressure, it means I'm not quite so fussed. You know, I'm not going to, unless I flex the piece with pressure, I'm not going to break it doing what I'm doing. Hopefully, famous last words. Yeah, that was good. Okay, yeah, definitely getting this end, the end under control, the tips. Still keeping the rough shape for the shouldered. Obviously this will be the tang, so I'll take it back through here at some point once I've got the tip and my flaking under some sort of control. Come on. Slowly bringing it in. Okay, I'm just running a quick cheeky series. Come on. Come on. Bite. I'll bite now. Keeping a look at the general profile as I'm going. Blasting through that tip now. A little bit of abrasion. For some reason this flint, it doesn't really like being abraded. It's a nice one. Kick that down. Just straight down. Beginning to take shape. If it works, it should be quite a nice little point. Still need to reduce it loads. Hopefully now I can send some flakes again across this face, and then it will start to really tidy up, hopefully. Come on. Oh, with applied pressure I can't flake that. Bring the edge back a little bit, make it my life a little bit easier. I can't remember the grain weight that these all need to be. That was good. But it's coming in at gram weight it's about 11.5 grams. I need each of these. Beautiful, that's exactly the one that I needed. Okay, a little bit more, bring that edge up a little bit more. Because I want to run flakes across this face. To really strengthen the edge. Because again, these are going to be thinning flakes. Let's bring that up a little bit more. Yeah, good. Bang, right out to the middle on that one. Big thinning flake, this one, if it goes. Yes. Starting to get some pretty nice flake scars running as well. Don't know if you can see any of them. See, if anything, I need to try and build up a central ridge, because if I can get the central ridge, then all my flakes will run up to the central ridge and they'll terminate really nicely. They like feather, and you can get really deep flake scars. So on some of these points I've messed around trying to do ribbon, and it does. This is a little bit crackly there. I'm not going to try and attempt to thin that yet. Still no rush. I've still got stacks to play with. Been watching quite a lot of Sal's channel. Sal cracks me up. Sal Blades and Points. That is superb napper. If you're not already subscribed to him, then I would go and subscribe straight away, because you'll learn an awful lot off the guy, and he does it in a really fun way. Excellent napper. strong series of flakes down here now. Doesn't want to know through that concrete though. Come on. There we go. Okay, now we're beginning to look like something. Got some nice flaking going on. I'll start to run sequences fairly soon. At the moment, just, can you see how it's beginning to come together, the flaking? Don't know if it's going to show. At the moment I've got parallel flaking. I've got to clean up this side because there's a couple of lumps on the concrete, lumps and bumps still. That side's beginning to get better. Don't know if it's even showing those flake scars. Idea is that I can build these flake scars. Each of the flake scars leaves in a ridge and a rise. So if I can make those rises line up across the piece, then I can run flakes down the ridges, down the rises, and I can get long flakes that all look pretty. I went into sort of a southern drawl then. I've listened to some of the American guys speaking English. I love it. Cracks me up. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Yeah, it's great. Great fun. Again, need to bring this edge up. Need to keep it pretty straight along the back. So I'm just going straight down just to get rid of the little bird's beaks, the little bulbs of percussion that are sat in there that are going to try and mess me up. They've all got to go. Get them gone. So straight down. Go straight down. Okay, I think can maybe run some more down there. Yeah, I'm pausing because I don't like that concrete out in the middle, and what's going to happen is I can't ask my flakes to try and drive right the way across the piece and then try and clean out a load of concrete at the end of their termination, because it ain't going to happen. They ain't going to know. Want to know. So I can creep up on them, as the great Jack Crafty would say. I can creep up on them and I can try and drive a flake into them somehow from a little bit closer. Try and reduce my distance down so that I'm not asking the little flakes to do too much. They ain't superheroes. They ain't gonna do it. All the time we're getting it and bringing the tip in, keeping the back straight, keeping that tang. I'm never in too much of a rush to put a point on the tip, because not only is it always a weak spot, it's probably going to snap off as you actually put in the pressure in on the rest of the piece. But also by leaving it fat like that, I've got room to move up and down on the tip a little bit to adjust things. If I mess up somewhere on the edge, I can still adjust my tip. There's still room to swing the point up and down. So I don't want to be in too much of a rush. I'm just trying to work out where I'm going here now. Still need to take some from this side, like that, and that. Now I need to come back on the other way. Just little flakes. Drive through the tip. Just little ones. Like that. Right, back in, straighten up the back, remove all my little nasties. Let's see where we're going on this, bringing this tip in. Nasty. Yeah, just not happy with that at all. It's awful. Straight down again. This one I'm going to send a long flake. That's a thinner. That blasted straight through that concrete, and that helped me out a load. Try and do the same here. Oh, you're nasty. Clean up my edge a little bit. Use a diamond file for this just because it's not quite as abrasive as the big heavy abrader. Short flake, long flake here. Okay, that ran down and finished here, so I can marry up with that from the tang. Okay, another good flake there. Start to come back down onto the tip again, so to speak. I said the art mistress to the bishop. Getting some really nice flake scars now. I don't know if you can see that. The scars are pretty much running all the way across the piece now. Just doesn't show, does it? Just Still a little bit of a messy one, this. Still got to come down this face. Got a little nasty just on there. A little bogey. In fact, I could pick that off. Pick that bogey. All the time looking where I can get other flakes. Clean that up. Yes, that's going nice. Try and steal any little flakes I can nick to carry on my my flaking, my flaky flaking. Like that. Get some more down there. I think I'm going to try and reduce this tip right down now. It starts to get risky as I work up towards it. I need to get some of that concrete gone off the end. Come on. Yes. Come on. No, she's not going to hold that. Keeps wanting to collapse because of the concrete. I need to get a couple more good ones through there. And we're laughing like that one. Nope. It's just nasty. Yeah, they all ran. One more. Don't break. Alright. Going to pick that back and go again. Going the right way? I think so. See if I can get a clean flake across that little nasty. I've still got so much room to play with. Still absolutely fine here. But I do need to get this tip thin down. Get in there. Might be quite a small one, this one. I'm making my excuses early. No, it's actually going okay. Except for this bit of concrete. This bit of concrete is just nasty. But we shall endeavour to persevere. For the minute. Yeah, I needed that one. Another one. Yes. Okay, that's going well. Oh, that's my friendly crow calling for his breakfast. I've got these crow friends. All these birds love me. He eats my dog food, this crow. Come on. This is where it starts to get a little bit risky. I need to come back the other way. And she ain't gonna like it. This is where they can break when you're doing these flakes. Quite easily break. Okay, I need to send some big old flakes. Work up to this one. I'm going to see if I can pick. Just see if I can pick off that. There's a little step fracture on the concrete. So I use a really sharp little spatula blade, as sharp as I can get it. It's just an old penny nail in there. Okay, so that's really sharp. You see the little step fracture? Just there, that little step. So I'll see if I can get on that, and I'll see if I can push it off. Get at the bottom of it and push into it. Okay, that removed part of it. See if I can do a little bit more, because what it will help my flake run through it. There, got it. Oh, Crow, I can't help you, man. consistent. Getting some breakfast. I go out for a dog walk and he follows me on my walks. I think he's one of, because we used to feed him when they were chicks, and I think it's a female one. So when I go out, she's got used to my face over the years, you know. The parents would shout me and I would put some food down for them, chuck some out the window for them. So greeted with most mornings with the crows. The second that are coming into the lounge, the crows are screaming for their breakfast. The moment they see me, come on. Wow, did we need that one. Okay, that one's just blasted straight through that concrete. Hopefully I can work from the tip here without breaking it. Some crucial flakes here. See if I can get that steppy from the other side as well. I might even have to use indirect percussion on that to get it really thin. I'm just going to see if I could do all of this by pressure. Try and blast this off in one. I don't know if this can actually work. Go to the side of it. Like that. Love it when a plan comes together. Oh, you pig. Stepped on the concrete. You know what? I'm going to use indirect percussion just for a second. This is my indirect percussion stick, all held together with bits of nail and tape and bits of copper and clips, but somehow it still works, just about. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't copy my indirect stick if I were a new and budding napper. Okay, this is going to be quite scary because this might not want to do this. Let's try it. Pushing in. You got it. That's good. If I can get another couple of them, we're alright. Come to the side of that one. Pushing in that direction. Okay, yeah, let's just remove, it must have popped a little flake, it wasn't there to show you. These little thinning flakes are working really well. Just punching them up and across. Well, they couldn't have gone better. It ran a really nice, flat series of flakes straight down. Not bad. That got us pretty thin as well. So now, braid it back and we'll start on the tang, because the tip is pretty much under control now. I can make that thinner as I get the tang in. Get my trusty old boot. Need to pick it out, pick that back. Sets me to go up into there. See, each time it sets me up a platform. So strengthen the little platform, reverse it, and there's my next platform. So just work my way through, doesn't have to go far. Literally just send some little short flakes. All I want to do is create an edge up that tang for the minute. So just seesaw it back and forth. Pushed a little bit with that one. I'm going to bring this tang up because I need to send some flakes across this ridge. If I can remove a couple of little flakes like that, and hopefully this is going to run better. Like that. So that flake just rolled all the way around here. It's also made it a lot thinner, look. Strengthen the edge. Pop one that way. Like that. Same thing. Flake rolled round, so all the time it thins my edge. Same again, look. So, as my platform was here, and the flake rolled all the way around and actually shot across the top there. See if I can poke that edge down a little bit. That brings my edge up, which means I can send a flake across the top here easier. Let's get another one off there, like that. And that's brought my edge. See, it's straight, and then it comes over this side. So now I've got platforms running across this side. I'm going to create another one though first. A little bit out there. Now I've got a lovely platform that again, lovely thinning flake. That rolled all the way around here. My edge up just a little bit. I'll strengthen that, and then could actually do it with indirect percussion, but I'll give it a go with pressure first. Oh. It's going to be stubborn. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more with indirect just because I want these little flakes to travel. So the indirect percussion will hopefully not break the tang, and they'll travel in a little way, like that, just the little ones, just to take the little ridges down. Like that, perfect. That one went from here all the way out to here. Look. It's exactly what we need, because it all the time it brings that edge down. To get back on this with pressure. Now it's gone. Now I've got it thinner. It's easier again. Ooh, I don't like that. That looks actually like a hole. Not at this point, please. It actually looks like a hole in the flint. That wouldn't be very good if that happens. It would be most annoying. What is going on there then? It's as Sal would say, it's a meth pocket. What the hell am I going to do with this tang then? We've got to work out. I should probably do indirect percussion like I did last time, just to get the longer flake. I should do that. It's just every time I do it, it's such a risk. When they're this thin, a long thin blade that you're hitting on the end, creating end shock. You just got to be really careful how you go about it. Okay. Little nibbles. Extend that tang a little bit, because I need that to come down further anyway. Okay, it's getting the tang pretty much sorted out. Still not good though, but we've still got length and width that there is to mess with. Start pressing this down a little bit more, picking it into shape. Beginning to get quite a funky flake pattern as well going on here. This is where it starts to get a bit risky with the flaking. I've got to send quite long flakes. I've got to give it some real grunt to make sure they travel. I'm going to have to stop filming in just a second, and I'll do this on a second film, just refine it. And get the crows some breakfast. I like helping the animals. In England, we haven't got much left. We're pretty much the most nature depleted country on the planet. I think there's a few others that might just top us, but it's nothing to be proud of. So I definitely try and help nature if I can. Yeah, I'm going to stop this film in a second because we're going to run out of battery anyway, so I'll carry it on in another film. Once I've got this series of flake scars down there. Sweet. Okay, beginning to come together now. Okay, I'll stop the video here and we'll carry it on in a minute. Thanks for watching. Okay, let's see if we can get this finished off then. Pretty much pre-formed now. It's going to get a little bit thinner yet. Right. Just because this is so awkward, this particular flint, I was going to say I was going to change the tip on this, but we'll just go with it. We'll run with it and see what happens. Okay, so I'll pick this back a bit, straight down, and that will start to set my edge profile a little bit better again. Do the same thing along the bottom. I'm picking straight down, literally just brushing the edgelet. Because all I want to do, I want to move my edge up, because I'm going to try and send a series of really strong flakes now. So I'm setting up my edge angle on a continuous platform here. Yeah. I'm going to have to send a few more through the front here. So as you pick back, sometimes you can see where you're wrong, where you've got to try and send some more through. I'm going to send a few more flakes just down here, just to straighten this up a bit. That's good. Try and get a few more through there. I'm getting a really good central ridge, but you see these flakes don't really want to run very well on this material. Normally I can get quite long flakes and get my excuses in early. I'm still going out where it's clean flint. I'm still going right out past the centre. Again, picking straight down. Now, make that strong again on the back. See what other flakes pop up. Yeah, got another series. Definitely get a few more along that back. Hopefully if this one runs, yeah, just remove the step fracture that was there, little one. All the time we're thinning. Come on. Getting a nice central ridge going on here. Happy with that. Let's bring that edge back round. See, on the originals they were made off a blade, and on the blade there's a central arise. It's just the way that they take them off the core, and all the flakes were driven up to that central arise. So I can make mine look pretty similar if I can get a central arise going on. Then I can send flakes up to it and look more like the originals. But making them this way, the originals weren't made like this. They weren't made sort of bifacially like I'm doing here. But I can still make them look pretty good. They still look nice when they're done. careful doing this tip. Getting some nice flake scarring going on there. Okay, go again. I'll show you that pass in a second. I don't know if it's really showing up. It's really so dull today. Not exactly the best day for napping because it's very difficult to see what I'm at. It's been sort of like dusk all day, and personally speaking, I nap outdoors, and I really struggle with this light. Come on. Could well lose that tip. It's becoming quite fine. But we're doing okay at the minute. You need to pick that back. Yeah, with these points it's quite a lot of picking. But if you want the flakes to run across, you have to put up with that. Got some lovely scars running across it though. Right. They had quite a long tang on them as well, and on the inside edge it was normally really sort of, they would just cut it back quite abruptly. Lovely series of flakes running all the way around the inside of that tang at the moment. So I'll start to bring the tang up, and we're getting there with this then. Very nice series of flake scars running a central ridge. There's still a little bit more refining to do on it, but because these points are very, very fine, or they will be very thin, I need to be able to keep the strength of the point. So if I make these wafer thin, then they're going to get broken straight away in what I have planned for them, which they probably will anyway, because you know they're actually quite a delicate, fine point, quite a thin point. So by getting the diamond cross section, I can keep the strength, or at least some of the strength in the piece. Right, these are going to be quite a series of thinning strokes, thinning flakes. I could actually do this with indirect percussion, but I think I'll run some of these without, see how they go. Not very well. Come on. So by running what I just did there, by picking it all back, I created a continuous platform in effect. So what I've done now, I've just run a full series of flakes down it, and they look really nice. Don't know if that shows, but I'm basically now parallel across the piece with my flaking. It's a beautiful flake, that one. No, come on. Okay. I've still got loads to play with, width-wise. Just short flakes, if they run. Yeah, that one bit. That one actually ran round the concrete, which is just what we wanted it to do. That one ran, that's perfect. This one will as well, hopefully now, yeah. Nibbling on the edge. See, that tang is actually pretty much exactly how they did it. To make it a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner. Hopefully, just brushing the edge just to bring it up, raise it up a little bit. Yeah, these flakes coming up here, they're going to be risky. I have to get them with indirect. And this is going to be very risky. Because this point is pretty thin now. And it might not like this. So we'll try and creep up on it a little bit. That was really good. Let's hope this one does. Yes. Come on. Oof. Yeah, we've done it. God, that was really heart in mouth time, that was. We haven't got much more to do here. And this one will pass. I need to get a hand on because my hand is literally falling apart at the minute. I'll get a glove on even. Okay, nearly there. All I'm really doing now is going to try and lose a little bit of the weight. Didn't like that there, did it? Gonna have to try and do this very gently. Obviously now we're this thin, or it's becoming really thin. It's a beautiful flake. And that one. No, that didn't want to know, that did. That back, and then I've got to try and get through that concrete. A little bit more and we're good enough. Remember, I keep having to tell myself and remind myself that I have to stop at these points at quite an early stage, because there simply isn't any point in refining them too far, because the chances are they're all going to get killed really early. There's someone's going to be chucking these, and they're going to be chucking them with such venom that if any of my points survive, I'm going to be amazed. But I don't care. What happens, happens. Just pick that. Right, nearly last passes then. I've got a couple more little high points that I can pick off. And we'll call it a pass, I think. Just about. And it's not one of the prettiest, but like I say, I don't want to make them too pretty at the moment, because it will just break my heart if and when they break. Just brush that edge. Bring it over for my next and last, hopefully last, series of flakes. It's actually, pressure flaking didn't come out too bad. It's actually quite pretty. So the thing is, it's not really going to show up. these ones, I'll just thin it down. Hopefully I can send some back. That way, like that. Come on. That somehow worked out very nicely. Pretty good, I think. Just the last little bit of picking on the ridge and we're good. Try and get one through here just to clean up this one little nasty. Try and get one through there just to, you can see they've got one little blemish on here, it'll probably pick off actually. I'll try and send a little flake through there anyway. Oh, got it. Can I go back? That was actually a really nice flake. A couple of more little picks along here. Come up and finish the tip in just a second. Get one more from there. Last few then. Picking straight down. Little cleaners up along the back. Just a little one off here if I can, yeah, that was it. Couple down here. Bring this up just a little bit more. I might just be able to get another thinning flake out into the centre, although I don't really want it because it's already pretty damn nice, the flaking going across it. Do I risk it? Yeah, maybe. think I can make it just a little bit better. I'll try. Oh, I didn't want to do it. Did it. Brilliant. One more. One more. Go on, just one more. It's always one more, isn't it? And then it goes snap. A little bit on the tip just to do. And then I think we'll call that it for this one. Because it really is plenty good enough. Beautiful. Yes, that's the one. Right, that's good enough. That's it. We've got a sharp tip on there. A proper needle tip. It should be pretty sharp because of the way I flaked it. I think that's good enough. Got some lovely flaking. If it was a bit brighter today, it might show. Got some really nice flaking up towards that tip. It's got some quite nice stuff around the inside of the tang going on as well. But that's pretty much it. That's a shouldered, triangular or diamond cross section. This one is, yeah, it's good enough. It's plenty good enough for what I intend it for. I reckon that'll come in at about 12 grams maybe, 12, 13 grams. Just a couple of little ones to pick off. Yeah, pretty good. There's one more there. Here we go, the one more there. Snap time. I'm just going to pick that little tiny bit. That was the one. And that just sorted out the tang. Let's tidy that up. Okay, good enough. Yeah, as I say, this is going to get thrown with such venom. The chances of it surviving are very slim. So I'm keeping them a real diamond cross section. So it's really strong because it's so narrow. I need this to be a really strong point, otherwise it's going to hit its target and just snap. I hope it shows it. Not the cleanest, pretty... Can't even tell if it's translucent yet. It's just about translucent. But yeah, good enough. On to the next. The next one will be slightly thinner. by profile. I'll check the weight of this just in case I do need to reduce it down a tiny little bit. I'll just try a couple more into that concrete. Whether these will run or not. I think we can get a small series through there. Perfect. That's exactly what we were after. I really am not going to do any more after taking these last couple. I'm just going straight down there because that's not going to send through that concrete. I know that, it's just no point trying. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Yeah, that's plenty sharp enough as well. I mean, it's more of a stabbing point than a cutting point, but that's plenty sharp enough on the edges. Good enough.